What's up, guys? So today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about it's my bonnet. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the transition that I had from moving from living in an apartment in New York to moving to a house in Connecticut, and just all of the challenges and just things that people don't talk about. I just want to be upfront with you guys and let y'all know the real deal before you get into it. Or if you've already gotten into it, I just want you to know that there are other people out there who are going through the same things, not just you. So, I used to live in New York, one room apartment with a living room. But it was 5 of us, me, my cat, which is here. Come. Okay, he doesn't want to come. So it was my 2 little daughters, and then I had an 18-year-old son and my husband. And we had a 1-bedroom living room. So because my son was 18, of course he couldn't sleep with us. The girls could sleep with us because they're younger. But my 18-year-old, we had to turn the living room into like a bedroom for him. Typical New York living. That's how a lot of people live in New York. They switch out rooms and just to make space because it's just not enough. When we were there, our rent was $1,400. Yeah, $1,400 per month. Light bill come to maybe around $200. Between light and gas, pay like $250 a month. So that was our bills when it when it comes to the house. That was the bill. We didn't have to pay water, we didn't have to pay heat, we didn't have to pay for maintenance, we didn't have to pay for anything like that. So we were very uncomfortable in that apartment. Very uncomfortable, I'm telling you. Oh my God, it's as if we were going crazy. Imagine living in a 1-bedroom with 4 people, and 2 of them are kids that bounce, like literally run and bounce off the wall. And then they're so messy. And then because the space is so small, if you pick up anything and put it down, and you do that a couple times, it's like the house gets so like just messy and disorganized, and oh my God, it was a mess. My kids had a bunk bed that they sleep in our room. And because of the lack of space, like closet space and all that space, when we did laundry, we would put all the laundry on the top bunk. So the girls would sleep on the bottom bunk. And because we're so busy hustling and bustling because we want to buy a house, then those clothes will stay on that top bunk, and we're not folding it because we don't have no time for that shit. So they would sleep on the bottom bunk, or they would sleep in our beds. And it was freaking uncomfortable. Like, we love our girls and everything, but there was no time, and there was no me time, there was no alone time. And it really took a toll on our relationship. Like, we had to be really strong to still stay together. If you know, you know. Kids will test your relationship. They will test it. If it's not built out of steel, I promise you that having a child can break your relationship. So we did that for 7 years. We did it for 7 years. I mean, within the 7 years, I had the 2 children. So I had my first daughter, she's now going to be 8, and then I had my second daughter, she's going to be 6. She's 6. And then my son, at the time when we just moved to the apartment, he was like 8 or something like that. So we did that for a while. We each drove different cars. I bought my car in auction. I paid like $1,500 for my car. Had like 30-something thousand miles on it, so it was good. I didn't have to worry about car payment. I had to pay insurance. Insurance in New York New York City is crazy because I lived in Queens. Crazy. So I had to get insurance from upstate, use an upstate address. and got insurance for my vehicle. And, you know, we did that. And I must tell you that when we were in the situation, we couldn't wait to get out of the situation. But we were not prepared for what we were going into. Fast forward, we were able to save up and buy a house in Connecticut, and we used the NACA program. We're both working adults. We both make good money, but don't be stupid. There are programs out there that can help you, that you can use to get where you want to go without breaking the bank. Because if we had done this on our own, like taking it out of our own pocket, we would have been like in so much debt. But we went through the NACA program. What it is, it helps first-time home buyers with down payment. They provide a realtor. They provide everything that you need. An attorney who signs the documents and stuff. They provide everything that you need in order to get to move into your first home. And the only stipulation is that you stay in that home as your primary residence for at least 5 years. If you want me to do another video on the NACA program, I can do that. On the experience and the process and everything. So we went through the NACA program. We saved up as much as we can because you still have to have money. It's just that you won't need to use it. They just need to know that you have the money. So we went through the NACA program and we found a house. The house, searching for a house, that was a process. Because with NACA, you don't qualify for every house depending on your income. And our income was to the point where we got blocked out of a lot of neighborhoods. And these were good neighborhoods, but because it's supposedly a lower income driven program, they save those better houses for people who make less income. So, anyways, we found a beautiful home in Connecticut, and it took a while for us to move in because we had to do some repairs and stuff. Because with the NACA program, there's certain stipulations that has to be met before you can move into the house. So it took us a little minute for us to move. All right, Gucci, we got our house. We're excited. We moved and blah, blah, blah. Moved into the house. I had to do some renovation. You know, when you go into a new house, you have to make it your own. So we did the flooring, we redid the bathroom, redid the kitchen, and a lot of it was just DIY because we just didn't want to spend so much money renovating the place, and we didn't have it like that because, you know, I'll talk about that in another video. So we did the renovation. My brother helped me because he does construction. He redid my bathroom. And then my other brother came and he assisted also. So I didn't have to pay, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars to get the bathroom done. The kitchen I did myself. I did the cupboards. My brother did the flooring. And I did the countertop. I did like an epoxy countertop in the kitchen. And it looks nice. It's dark now. You can't even see it. And I'll do that in another video. So many videos I want to do for you guys. Anyways, so when we got to the house, the first thing, we wanted a house with a big backyard because we have the kids. But Jesus Christ, nobody told you the upkeep on a big backyard is fucking ridiculous. So it's a 1 acre piece of property. The house is there, big house. And then the entire backyard goes so far back. And then the front yard, we have a good space in the front yard. That's a lot of fucking grass to cut. Like, I'm not, you know, my husband, he's in the medical field. He don't know shit about yard work. He grew up in Brooklyn in an apartment. We were in Queens in an apartment. We don't know shit about maintaining a yard. Yeah? So it's either we're going to do one, pay somebody monthly to upkeep the grounds. And I'm telling you, it's an acre, so it's not going to be cheap. Or two, we got to learn real quick how to do this shit. We don't have no equipment. We don't have no lawnmower. We don't have nothing. So he had to buy a lawnmower. That cost like $4,000 something. We don't know how to use that shit. We see our neighbors in the every Saturday sitting down and listening, and we're like, what the fuck do we do? Thank God winter came really quick after we moved, because we moved in October. So winter came, and we haven't cut that grass since we moved in October. But because of the winter, the grass is not growing as fast, and it's like flat. It's tall enough to where it lays flat because it's dry. But come in another month or two, we're going to have to start doing that shit. And we don't know how to do that. We don't want to spend our weekends. We work hard. We don't want to spend our weekends out mowing the lawn. Then the trees. You have a lot of trees on the property. When winter came in and all the leaves came off the tree, and the yard was filled with leaf, we're like, oh my fucking God, what did we get ourselves into? What did we get ourselves into? Then we're new to this neighborhood. It's like a cul-de-sac. We're new. Everybody else's yard is good and Gucci, and our yard looks like the outlier because we don't know what to do. So our neighbor who saw us struggling one day trying to like blow the leaves and pick it up, he's like, listen, y'all are not going to be finished if you do it that way. Go to Home Depot, buy a tarpaulin, and spread it like to one side of the yard. Then you're going to blow the leaves onto the tarpaulin, and then you're going to drag it down to the end of the property because it's your property. Our property is like, you have like trees at the back. It's like almost going into like a mini woodland. It's not a woodland, but there are a lot of trees back there. He's like, it's your property. Drag that down there and empty the leaves. Just pile the leaves there. That's what I do. That's what everybody does. Nobody do what you're doing. Because we had bought some Home Depot little bags and we were stuffing them into it. He's like, that's not going to work. So we struggled and we did that. That took so much effort because there were so many leaves out there. Oh my God. So many leaves. So we did that, and then the place looked a little better. We still didn't cut that shitty grass. Still haven't cut it. Then so that's the yard maintenance. We're like, fuck it. They need to call us whatever they need to call us. We work hard. We still commute back to New York for work. We're not about to be doing this. All right. Now, in terms of the bills or mortgage. Remember, paid $1,400 for rent. Now we moved up to mortgage. We have to pay 3 times that amount. 3 times that amount. Almost 3 times that amount. That's a big jump, right? We had to pay the mortgage. Then, which includes, of course, it includes the home insurance and what else does it include? It includes insurance. I don't even know what the shit else it includes. But in addition to that, we have an electric stove, and we didn't have any gas stove. There's no gas in this house. It's the heat is run on propane, and everything else is run on electricity. So the electricity bill for the first month came to like $100 and something. So we're like, okay, because we were moving in, we were renovating and stuff, so we didn't officially move in yet. So like, okay, not bad. The next month it came to like $200 and something. And we're like, all right, it's doable. We can understand. We've been here for a little longer. Then, like the next 2 months, the bill came to $450. And we're like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Why the bill is so high? This is the winter now. What are we doing? And then the bill kept coming to $400 and something, $500 and something. Remember, we're coming from paying $200 for heat, for electricity and gas. And this is just electricity. We still have to pay for heat. Heat, we use tank, propane oil. So we have to fill that tank. You have a fireplace. The fireplace is over here. I don't know if you can see it. It's blocked off now because we're not using it. That's a whole other story. I'm going to get to that. So we had to fill the tank. We had to find someone to fill the tank because the oil ran out on us. And I'm telling you, for somebody who is new to home ownership and you have oil, check your oil regular. It will run out on you. We didn't know that the oil ran out until we couldn't get any hot water and there was no heat in the house. And then we were trying to get somebody to come to fill the tank and nobody could come the same day. So we had to, Lord, we had to be without heat and hot water in the middle of winter, with 2 kids and 3 adults. Not pretty. So we've refilled the tank and we thought that it was going to last for a little while. We ran out of fucking oil again. Like, we checked the oil and it was like a halfway. So we're like, all right, we're good. We could do a little. Within a week and a half, that was finished. So we're like, something's not right. That's like $600 to refill twice in a month. We're like, something is not right. It can't be. It's too much. That, in addition to the money that we're paying for electricity, we're paying over $1,000 for utility. And that's just gas and heat. So what we realized is that the house needed to be insulated. The windows needed to be insulated. If you move into a new house, there are old windows, or not even so old windows, but just insulate. If it's wintertime and you live in a cold climate, insulate the windows. So we insulated the windows. We insulated downstairs in the basement. That was freezing cold. A lot of air was coming through there. And we insulated the fireplace. The reason why we insulated the fireplace is because there was a lot of cold air. No, we wanted to use the fireplace because our neighbors like, you need to use fireplace. You can't just go based on gas. It's going to cost you too much. So we're like, all right, but we need to get the fireplace clean. If you move into a new house, you have to get your fireplace clean because you don't know when the previous person cleaned the house. So you have to get it clean. So we're like, all right, Gucci. I asked somebody to come and look at the fireplace. He's like, there are holes in the wall. There is no cover. When the person was leaving, they took this and that. It's going to cost $1,500 to get the fireplace right. We're like, fuck that. Get a piece of paper. Get a piece of plastic at Home Depot. Get some fucking tape and tape that shit up. And that's what we did. See? Problem solved. We don't need to use that shit. And after we insulated the place, we realized that the gas, the oil last a little longer. And that was a big relief because, boy, we could not have gone on much longer with that fucking oil bill. So now we just have to work on lowering the electricity. And the other thing about getting a house, you have so much space now. There's just so much more room, especially if you have kids, so much more room for them to play and be happy and just be great as a family together, which we truly, truly appreciate. But it's also so much room to get messed up and so many rooms to clean. God damn it, these kids are so fucking messy. Every time they move from someplace, you have to ask them to clean up after themselves. It's like it's a never-ending cycle of cleaning. You clean the living room, you clean the kitchen, you clean the bedrooms, you have to go back and clean the kitchen, then you have to go back and clean the living room, and then you have to sweep the floor, and you have to mop, and you have to this. It is so much work, I'm telling you. Be prepared. If you have a new house, be prepared for work. If you're coming from a small apartment to a brand new house, be prepared for increased, what do you call that? for increase in utility bills. Be prepared for an increase in rent to mortgage. Be prepared for an increase in just spending time to keep and maintain the inside of the house. Be prepared for the time and effort and money that is going to take to maintain the outside of the house. Be prepared for anything that might go wrong in the house. You might need a new roofing. They already told us that we wanted to get solar. And they're like, okay, you're going to need to get a new roof. Like, fuck all this shit. What is all of this? Nobody told us that we wouldn't have so many expenses. Of course, we expected to pay more because we're getting more. But so much more? If you just add or add up everything, like our mortgage is like $4,500, then the gas, then the heat, then the water, then the maintenance of the grass, and then you have to buy for the lawnmower shit. You have to buy gas. You have to service this. You have to service that. Lord. Anyways, I'm rambling too much. I'm gonna cut this video right now. I'm gonna make another video. I'm gonna keep making videos, keeping you guys updated with other things that you need to look out for, and just like give you my story. That's what I'm gonna be. That's the direction I'm gonna be going with in this. That's the direction I'm going to be going with on this channel. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.